Hi, I'm Gretchen,
And I'm Becca.
and we're two curious ladies on an adventure to learn more about cooking, cannabis.
And the fine art of gluttony. Join us every 10 days or so as we get high and make our way through a recipe.
Step inside and let the consumption begin. Hello, Becca. How are you today?
Hi, Gretchen. I'm good. I'm very excited because I don't have to do anything today but listen and watch. So, yay! Good day to be Becca. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I am the one who's doing the bulk of the stuff here, but I am extremely excited, or at least intrigued by what we're doing today, because we are going to intentionally break something and then we are going to fix it. So that is new.
What? Yeah, I know Gretchen is already having feelings of discomfort about breaking something intentionally. We've been talking about it. We're going to see how it goes.
Well, I'm more scared that I won't be able to do it. We're bringing something back, people. We're revisiting a subject we've discussed before. So we're going to be talking about and fixing some Toum today, our favorite new garlic spread. Not that new. There have been 60 episodes in between us and that episode, which is wild.
I don't understand how that's possible. That doesn't make any sense. We both felt like we made Tomb a couple months ago, maybe. And no, it was in the teens for us. This was a real early attempt at emulsions. It was actually so long ago I had to ask Gretchen if I broke mine or not.
You did not. So, I
And I
mean,
didn't.
but my friend Sarah was making it and she did break it. And then she fixed it with an egg white, which made me go, what? Like,
Ew, hold on. Everything is different now.
that's not what we know about emulsions. Emulsions use egg yolks. Egg yolks have the emulsifiers. I was deeply intrigued and thought maybe it was time to do an update just to see what all this egg white situation is about. But maybe we should talk about what we're drinking and smoking first, and then we'll get into the details.
You're right. I obviously we're excited again. Because we're on an egg white kick, Gretchen is enjoying something with egg whites. I'm not because gross to me. So I'm just doing a boring old but very fun gin and tonic with some Betty Buzz tonic that Gretchen has used before and I found today. So cheers to that. Tell me about a gin fizz. Since I don't drink anything with a fizz, tell me what it is exactly.
Your traditional gin fizz is gin, lemon juice, simple syrup, and egg white. Then you top that with sparkling water. It said club soda, but apparently club soda and sparkling water kind of can be interchanged, so that's good. Since I didn't have club soda and I didn't want to go back to the store.
You're like, well, it it will work.
My other choice is tonic water, so I was like, this is where we're at. And you start by shaking together the lemon juice, the simple syrup, and the gin with the egg white for 15 seconds. You want to get it really well integrated. Then you add your ice. They call that actually dry shaking or something like that.
It's in a shaker.
Dry shake, yes. So you dry
Okay.
shake it without ice in a shaker for about 15 seconds. You add a few ice cubes, shake it until chilled, double strain it. So not only out of the strainer, but having a mesh strainer underneath. I think this helps catch any unpleasant bits of albumin that might be in your egg white. Yeah, Becca's really making a face right now.
Yeah.
And then top that with your club soda or sparkling water. So, and then that fizzes up real pretty. I have a picture. It's very nice.
I mean, it does sound so fun, and it is very fun to drink something that has a little festive topper hat like that.
Yes, yes.
And
Just
protein.
protein. Yeah. I won't be as drunk today, maybe. I don't know. Like,
We'll
but
see.
we'll see.
And what are you smoking on that looks so fun over there?
So I've got I'm using my Weegit joint holder for my Lowell Smokes the Passion Hybrid because I want to feel the passion. So this is a blend. I love the pot blends. I gotta say, kind of enjoying it.
You're a blend kind of gal.
I am a blend gal. Even in my wine, I like a
Yes,
blend.
that's what I was thinking of.
So we've got 38% cherry lemon hoo, 36% coffee breath with a K on the coffee, and 26% grease monkey in this combination. So I'm going to light this up and see what this is all about. This is a new one. I've had their Zen hybrid, which was amazing. So want to try the passion. But what are you enjoying today, Becca?
I wish I could say something as fun as I want to find the passion today. I have a pen. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what's in it.
You're like, I don't even know what this is. It's something, it's delicious. All right. Works for
It's
me.
brown. Yeah.
Yeah. It's brown and it gets me high. Perfect.
It tastes pretty good so far. So I am ready to, well, I'll let you enjoy a puff before I start barraging you with my questions. But when you are ready, I'm hoping you can talk me through making a Toum sauce and then what it looks like to break it.
That is a nice draw to it. It is very smooth.
You looked very happy
Yeah,
inhaling that.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this feels nice.
Very content.
Yeah. Well, I hope I can talk you through it because I did just make the Toum in order to break the Toum, and I made it again successfully without breaking it. This is a
Woohoo!
good emulsion sauce for beginners. It is stable. It will not break easily on you. So sorry, Sarah, that you broke yours, but hey, you brought something to the podcast. So to make the Toum, it is a garlic emulsion, and you start by making a paste with your garlic and some salt. This can be done in a couple different ways. They do suggest that you make them in a mortar and pestle or a food processor. I used a food processor because mortar and pestle, making emulsions in a mortar and pestle takes a while, and I am lazy.
I can't even imagine that. So yeah, food processor only version.
I've done it. I've done an emulsion in a mortar and pestle before,
Of course,
but
of course.
not my favorite thing to do.
Well, yes.
After you make the paste, or at least get your garlic started, you add a little bit of lemon juice, blend it up, let it get pasty, add a little more lemon juice, and blend until it's slightly fluffy. Then you start by adding a half a cup of oil at a time and alternating between adding your oil and then adding a liquid. So the first 2 additions of oil, you're going to add 2 more tablespoons, 1 tablespoon at a time, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice after the first 2 additions of a half a cup of oil. And then all your subsequent half cup additions, you add a tablespoon of water in between. So it's half a cup of oil, tablespoon of lemon juice, half a cup of oil, tablespoon of lemon juice, half a cup of oil, water, half a cup of oil, water, half a cup of oil, water, half a cup of oil, water. Blend to desired consistency.
Yes.
Are you good on that? Did
No,
that
I
make
think
sense?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because it's so much oil, it's hard to like conceptualize how many rounds of
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
lemon versus water you're doing, but I think you did a good job. It's garlic, lemon, salt, oil, and then for a while, some version of oil, lemon, oil,
And
water,
water. Yeah.
ice
Yep.
water.
Ice water. Yes. Because
Ice
you want to
water.
keep it cold. That is part of
Okay.
it. Have we defined what break is at this point? I don't feel like we have.
No, that's a good point. No. So emulsion is combining it all perfectly,
Yes.
and breaking is,
You're gonna see that oil separate from the hydrophilic parts, the parts that like water will separate out from your oil. So that's what that division is. Those 2 things being like, oh, I can't stand to be near you anymore. Goodbye.
it's like watching vinegar be added to oil.
Yeah.
Isn't going to combine on its own.
Right.
Okay, so how do you break it?
Let's talk about how you break emulsions. Typically, your most common mistakes. Number 1 is heat. Most of the time when people are making like an emulsion sauce and it breaks, they're making hollandaise. Do you know how often I've broken hollandaise? I break it almost every year without fail. So heat is your number one enemy as far as emulsions. You don't want to like increase the heat too quickly or add too much heat overall. I did see some suggestions in the comments of this recipe where people were putting the stuff in the fridge, keeping everything that's going into it cold as well. Take that under advisement. If you have trouble with your emulsions, maybe just keeping stuff cold is a good idea.
Even the garlic.
Even the garlic, yeah.
Cool. The oil?
Yeah, the oil, which I wouldn't be my first instinct because it could get too viscous.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not going to get solid because you're using like canola oil. You're using a real liquidy oil for this. So it won't get super duper hard, but at the same time, it could make it hard to add in little bits because it like be gloppy.
So heat.
Yeah, heat is your number one issue.
And with Toum, maybe sometimes like over processing it can
you can
heat
overmix
those up. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that it is kind of an extension of the heating is over processing. So if you go too much, which can be hard to hit, sometimes it is just a question of you've just taken it a hair too far, it's about to break. So over processing, too much heat, you can add too much oil. If you try and put too much oil in, then you're going to end up breaking. But those are pretty much the three things. Unfortunately, they're all really easy to do. So that's why breaking emulsions is so common. It's just something that happens.
Yeah, you're not always in control of all of those factors.
Exactly.
In this case, there's no egg. It's just the oil getting kind of blended into this consistency.
Right. Using the garlic as the egg yolk, basically.
Okay. So if it does break, which fingers crossed, we hope Gretchen's can break.
I know. I know I can. It's just a question of how long it takes. So
Right. How does adding egg white work to fix it then?
From my basic understanding, because I was so blown away by this idea of even being able to fix this with an egg white, I was like, no, wait, no. You mean to say egg white, right? You're not trying to say egg yolk, because egg yolk is what I've always used to fix emulsions. They think it has something to do with the protein structure. Like it physically holds it.
The scaffolding.
It's the scaffolding, yes. That's my very, very basic understanding.
So how much do you add?
For the size, for the batch I made, it just said 1 egg white. So I guess if you had a smaller amount of Toum you were making, you probably wouldn't need as much. But also, what are you going to do with a half egg white? So I think anytime you're doing this, you're using an egg white, no matter how much you're making.
Sure. The recipe you made is resulted in 4 cups. So it's 4 cups of Toum to 1 egg white.
Right. I think if you have additional volume above that, I'm guessing you probably want to use 2 egg whites. Anything above 4 cups would be my guess. Anything less, you can still use 1 egg white. You're just going to have a higher proportion of egg white. I don't know if I have anything else to say about this. Do you have any questions?
No. Weird.
It's weird when we build on our knowledge.
This was one of the first times I understood like every word you said.
Yay! It happened.
Woo, big day, big day.
That's kind of amazing.
I know. But could you share the full ingredient quantities of the 4-cup batch that you made?
Yes, I can. So I used the recipe this time. I don't think this is the recipe we used before, but I couldn't figure out what recipe we had used before.
Obviously, we were not taking great notes back then.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, we're talking 17th episode, people, when we knew nothing. We had no system. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't think I could even go back and listen to those episodes because I'm sure it would drive me insane.
No, for real. I cannot either. The recipe you used this time
is from Serious Eats, and it's 1 cup of garlic cloves, I use 1 teaspoon of Morton kosher salt. The recipe does call for diamond kosher salt and using 2 teaspoons, but it said if you had anything else, use 1. So we're using 1 today. We can always add salt later. So that's important. And a 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice from about 2 lemons divided. I didn't divide any of this. I just measured as I went along and kept the full 1/4 cup.
You just kept a 1/4 cup like on the side, and then from that took teaspoon at a time kind of thing.
Yeah, I actually did over a half a cup of ice water just to have it, which I did end up using more than the recipe really called for, I think. But we'll see where I end up at the end of this.
Yeah.
And 3 cups of neutral oil, such as grapeseed or canola. This time I'm using canola. Our special equipment today is the food processor, because that is how we are going to fix this thing once I break it. That's actually how we're going to break it too. So
make it, break it, fix it.
Yeah.
This is not an ad for a food processor.
Actually, let's make that the episode title. Make it, break it, fix it. It could be a whole series. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so you need a food processor.
Yep.
And what world level is it to make Toum?
I mean, I think it's a level 2, just because it's an emulsion. But this does seem to be a fairly foolproof one, especially because it's so easy to fix.
Generous too.
It's generous. It's very generous. Garlic is very giving. We know garlic is super giving as a allium.
As far as those alliums go. So if world level 1 to maybe 2 to make it, what is it going to be world level to break it and fix it?
I mean, that's definitely at least a 2, maybe a 3. We'll see how hard each of these things are. I was glad I didn't break it before on air, because I really want to have a record of how long it takes me to break it, or what I have to do to break it. And hopefully it won't take too much. But
yeah, we were very worried Gretchen was going to accidentally break it while we were prepping. When we go in the kitchen, she's going to intentionally break. I feel weird. I feel like I'm so excited in like a what's going to happen magic kind of way. Let's do it.
Move locations.
Okay.
Yep. Do it.
We are in the kitchen. There's an air of anticipation. We await Gretchen's arrival.
This would be a really funny episode, I think, by the time we're done. So,
Mr. Vapekin coming in.
Mr. Vapekin coming in with the clever quips. Yeah.
I'm so excited to watch. I never get to just watch you.
I know.
I mean, unless you're going first with something, but otherwise.
Right. But we don't do that often. We pretty much always are going simultaneously.
Yeah.
All right.
It's always like, just go when you can.
Just do it. Everything's variable. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
All right.
Okay, you're gonna break it. So you're just gonna keep whipping it up.
I'm gonna just try over processing first. I don't exactly know how I would. I guess I could just stick it in the microwave to heat it, but I think that would take too long to like bring it back. If nothing else, I want to add a little more water to this just to see if I can get it down to a little bit more of a saucy kind of texture. That might do it too if I add just enough water to break it. I don't know. It's hard to break it with water. It's an option. All right, so here we go. Step 1, just gonna turn the blender on and see if that works. We're gonna give it 2 minutes and see how that goes.
Before you start, can you describe the texture so that we know?
So it definitely has the appearance of like a thick mayonnaise right now. It's a little bit, you can definitely see like the little particles of the garlic. So it's got kind of a grainy consistency, which might throw you off and you might interpret a little bit as being broken. But this stuff is pretty solid. It's kind of absolutely insanely amazing.
Like fluffy yogurt.
Yeah, pretty much. Like a Greek yogurt, sour cream-ish consistency.
All right, okay.
So we've turned it on for about 45 seconds before I thought it was still too thick and I had to stop and scrape.
And
we've added 1 tablespoon of water.
Oh, here we go.
Back on we go. This shit does not want to break. which is awesome, but annoying for what we're trying to do.
Best beginner sauce to test.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've added at least about a quarter of a cup of water to this, and it's still quite thick and luxurious and beautiful. And we're at like 2 minutes so far of processing.
Wow. Gretchen said this shit does not want to break.
Yeah, it does not want to break. It's going to take longer than it is to fix it, I think, is the way it's going to end up being.
Or to make it in the first
Yeah. Here we go. Off again on to processing.
Okay. You look so funny. I mean, you're like, not funny in a bad way, just like, you're like microscopically inspecting it.
I'm peering in with a super bright light to see what's happening.
Yeah, like those like diamond viewer things.
Right?
Yeah.
I really don't know what's going to take to break this stuff. I cannot believe this. So it's
what about more lemon?
I mean, that's sort of essentially adding more water.
Oh, I didn't know if the acid made a difference.
Whew. No, look at this. This is ridiculous. I got to take another picture. This stuff, not cool, this stuff.
Is this episode just turning into a love fest on Toum?
Yeah, like a love story. AKA, yeah, make it, break it, fix it. AKA, Toum, will you marry me? Come on.
Yeah, new title. Just Toum. Just keep making it. You're so steadfast.
So I'm going to add a little more lemon juice to it. So hold on a second. I wonder if I've actually attempted to use the Kenji trick with the garlic by soaking it in the lemon. Have I tried that yet? Where you can get that nice, really great garlic flavor, but like without that like intense garlicky bite. Did I actually do that, or did I just think about it?
I think you did it for Toum.
Okay.
We had done it for...
What?
No, not with the garlic. We did it with the onions for chana masala.
It was the onions that got the lemon? No.
What did we do with the garlic? What did we use the garlic for with the lemon?
I think that was chana masala. We originally, you mean?
Oh, I'm thinking of the baking soda.
Yes, that was the onion part.
Yes, lemon and garlic. You're right.
Yeah, lemon and garlic as well. Yeah, there were like a couple of good things that came out of that episode. So
a lot.
Back to trying to break the Toum. Oh, I think it might be starting to break. So that was another minute. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell because I made it more liquidy.
Yeah. How much liquid do you think total you added? At the last check it was half a cup of water and like a teaspoon of lemon.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay. And I have like 4 minutes on the process clock. Yeah.
Okay. So I've been trying to break this for 10 minutes and it's not breaking.
Is it getting fluffier?
Yeah, I think so. It's just getting more smooth. It's getting more and more smooth the longer I go. I don't know what to do.
Do you just let it go for another 5 without touching it?
Maybe. Yeah. All right. Let's do that. I'm now just fascinated. Like, I can't stop coming over here to look at it because I'm just like, is it going to break? Is it going to break? Come on.
So that was like a full 5.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's only now maybe kind of breaking.
Maybe. I may be revising that statement.
It's not breaking?
I don't think it is.
Oh my goodness.
Nope. Just insanely smooth. What the fuck, dude?
Wow. Are the garlic granules mixed in more?
It is. I think it's kind of hit the limit on like what it could actually like break it down. So it doesn't seem to be much smoother. I think there's a little bit of it like might be breaking somewhat. This shit is wild.
Do you want to do another 5?
I don't know. I feel like I have to give up. We've been trying to break it for 15 minutes. Like, I can just do the motions of fixing it, but if you want, but it's not broken.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that. So
I can't even handle it. I'm baffled.
You're tasting it and tastes fine.
It's so fluffy.
Oh,
it's so fluffy and good. No, only the processing it longer has not done anything. I don't know what to do.
We have no answers.
We have no answers for you other than Toum is very hard to break. You know what? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in the microwave. I'm gonna see if
melting it down almost.
Yeah. I'm gonna try melting it now and see if I melt it, if it breaks, if I can bring it back with an egg white. How does that sound?
Okay, that sounds great. And then if it doesn't break,
I give up. Yeah. I give up. If it doesn't break. If this doesn't break it, I don't know what will. You would have to do all of these things to it, I guess. I'm going to start with 30 seconds.
Nervous again.
I'm less nervous. Good Lord.
I know, right?
Sorry, that wasn't 30. It was only 20. Now it's just hot. That was 20 seconds.
And it's hot.
And it's hot.
And it's fine.
It's fine. Keep going. Oh my God. It's boiling. It's just cooking. What is this? It's just cooking.
Fine.
Yeah. I mean, what is this shit? This is magic. I mean, I guess it is educational. It's been in there for almost a whole minute.
Looks beautiful.
And it's barely broken.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of kind of starting to break, maybe a little bit. But yeah, this is as far as I'm willing to go at this point.
There we go. You can't break Toum, but maybe we can break Gretchen.
Yeah. I broke my own brain.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
my brain is definitely a little broken right now at the stableness of this.
So just keep making it is
right.
What we found in the end.
Because, I mean, yeah, it's barely even coming apart after heating. Like, it's magic. It's
amazing.
Okay. Toum for everyone.
Toum magic. Yeah.
Toum magic. Absolutely.
I love it.
So, yeah.
What a learning.
We'll post about this on social media and put something on it on our website eventually about it. But
lots of question marks. Yeah.
My make it, break it, fix it fucked over. Like, I guess we'll have to do something else. Something I know I can break very easily.
We'll see, I guess. I mean,
what am I gonna do with this wet egg white now? Now, like, is off or not? I guess.
Oh man,
this is wild. I'm in awe. My brain. You're right. I am broken. I broke.
Wait, okay. Once again, we walk away with more questions. I love it. So
the high gluttony way.
It's a high gluttony way. We're kicking off 2023 with lots of questions.
So many questions. How is this possible? How is this possible?
Off we go.
Off we fucking go.